Well, hello, welcome again to our reading of the Greek New Testament, and I'm reading the book of Revelation up to chapter 5. So this is the beginnings of the scrolls and the seven seals being opened. Kai edon epiten dexian tu kathemenu epi tu thronu biblion, gegramenon esothen kai opisthen. Catus phragismenon sphragai hepta. And I saw on the right, again this is feminine here, so we've got to supply the word for hand. So on the right hand side, or on the right side, of the one who is sitting upon the throne, and in the object of the verb, I saw a book, gegramenon, perfect passive participle from grapho, having been written, esothen kai opisthen. Well, you need to again consult commentaries on this. It's probably something like on the inside, esothen, and opisthen is on the back. So if a scroll, a real scroll, is meant, then perhaps it means front and back. Katas phragismenon is from kata phragisdo, and this is from the verb form from this phragis, which is a seal, and we get that word next. So phragisin is dative plural from phragis, third declension, feminine noun, meaning a seal, and here we've got dative plural. So this simply means sealed, and the kata, well, perhaps just emphasize seal tightly with seven seals, dative plural. Kai edon angelon iskuron keruson ta en phone megale. Tis axios enoixeton biblion kai lusai tas phragidas autu. And I saw an angel, an iskuron, a mighty or strong angel, kerusonta, from keruso, proclaiming, perhaps speaking forth, en phone megale, well, it's that instrumental use of ens we see commonly in the New Testament, so with a great voice. Tis axios, and now this is what they say, who is worthy, and it's a question, got to supply the verb to be, so who is worthy, anoixai, this is the aorist infinitive from anoigo, to open, so who is worthy to open the book, kai lusai, another aorist infinitive, and to release or loose, perhaps undo, tas phragidas autu, there's that phragis, again this is the accusative plural from phragis, sphragus I should say, the seal. So who is worthy to open the book and to undo, loosen its seals. Kai udes edunato ento urano udi epites ges udi hupokato tes ges enoixata biblion ute blepein auto. And no one, edunato, this is the imperfect from dunamai, so no one was able, understand to do so, in the heaven nor on the earth, ude hupokato, nor below, it's one of these pseudo prepositions taking a genitive, nor below the earth, so no one was able to anoixai, to open, aorist infinitive again from anoigo, the book, nor blepein auto, literally to see it, perhaps to look into it. Kai, just sort this here, kai ekleon, polu, hoti udes, axios heurethe, anoixai to biblion, ute blepein auton. And he wept greatly because sorry, I wept greatly, I should say. It's first person. So I wept greatly. Polu is adverbial here. Because no one, heurethe is the aorist passive from heurisco, so no one was found, aorist passive, understand to be axios, worthy, anoixai, to open the book, nor blepein auto, nor to look at it. Kai hes ekton presbyteron legemoi me klaie. And one, this is the hes mea hen, so one from among the elders says to me, so historic present here, we would say said to me, me klaie, imperative from klaio, do not weep, idu, behold, enike sen hot leon hot ektes fules Juda, herisda David anoixeto biblion kaitas heptas fragidas autu. So behold the lion, hot leon, the one from the tribe of Judah. This is our old Doric genitive again. Perhaps you might say it's just a non-declinable form, but this alpha often denotes a Doric genitive, and it is a genitive here. So the one being from the tribe of Judah, herisda David, the root of David, enike sen has conquered. So as now we get an infinitive here, to has prevailed, perhaps, to open the book and its seven seals. So he says to me, do not weep, behold the lion from the tribe of Judah and the root of David has prevailed. This is probably so as to open the book and its seven seals. Kai adon en meso to thronu, kai turn tesseron soien, kai in meso turn presbyteron, anion hestekos hos es fragmenon, ekon kerata hepta, kai ophthalmus hepta, hoi asin ta, and in brackets hepta pneumata to theou epistel menu, es pasan ten gain. And I saw in the midst of the throne, in the middle of the throne, or perhaps I looked at in the middle of the throne, and in the middle of, understood, of the four living creatures that Zoion, this is the plural, we've had this word in the previous chapter, from plural of Zoia, or Zoion in the singular. So the four living creatures, and in the midst of the elders, in the object of Adon, I saw Arneon. Now Arneon is a diminutive word simply meaning a lamb, or a little lamb, and it's neuter. All diminutives in Greek are neuter, as happens in, for example, German. Same thing happens. Neuter forms are, diminutive forms are neuter. And so agreeing with Arneon, we get hestekos, which is that perfect neuter participle. So the endings are kos, quia, kos for the neuter. So standing. So the perfect of histemi is used as the present meaning I stand. So in the midst of the elders, I saw a little lamb standing, hos esphagmenon, and don't confuse this with the sphragis that we've had before. This is from sphasdo, which means to slaughter. It's a very strong word. So this is the perfect passive. It can't reduplicate because of the double consonant cluster, so you just get an augment, but it is a perfect passive participle from sphasdo, to slaughter. So as one having been slaughtered, Egon having kerata hepta, 7 horns, plural for keras, third declension noun, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are, so that's agreeing back presumably with the eyes, which are the 7, if you read that one variant reading, the 7 pneumata spirits of God, apistalmenoi, another perfect passive participle, having been sent from apostello upon all the land. So just to put all that together, and I saw in the midst of the throne and of the 4 living creatures and in the midst of the elders, so in the middle of all that I saw a little lamb standing as one having been slaughtered, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God, having been sent upon to all the earth, as pasan tengain. Kai elthen, kai elephen, ectes dexias tu kathemenu, epi tu thronu. And he came, and this must be referring back to the Anion, the lamb, and he came, kai elephen, and he took. This is the perfect from lambano. It's a very irregular form, but you have to learn the principal parts of verbs, and this is the perfect. Elepha is the perfect from lambano. So he took, and I think we have to understand to biblion. He took the book, ectes dexias, from the right hand, again you've got to supply hand, of the one sitting upon the throne. Kai hote elaben to biblion. Now we get a simple aorist now from the same verb. We have a perfect here, and here it's just an aorist. And when he took the book, the little book, it's a diminutive, ta tesseret zoia kai hoi kosi tesseres presbyteroi episan enopion tu aniu, ekontes hekastos kitharon kai phielas krusas gemusas thumiamaton, hi asin hi prosukai ton hagion. So when he took the book, the 4 living creatures and the ecosi tesseres, the 24 presbyteroi elders, epesan, this is the aorist from pipto. Technically it should be a strong aorist from pipto, it's epeson, but you'd get the weak aorist of this verb even in classical times. So that they fell enopion before the little lamb, the anion, ekontes hekastos. Now this is a perfectly good use of hekastos. You've got a plural participle, but then you've got a singular hekastos. That is perfectly good Greek. It happens in earlier Greek as well. You get this distributive hekastos. So having plural and then hekastos, each one singular, a kithara, this is a sort of a harp type thing, possibly best left just as kithara, kai phielas krusas, and golden vessels, golden cups or vials. We get our word vial from, it's cognate I should say with this. So golden vials, gemusas from gemo, to be filled. So filled, and then it takes a partitive genitive, filled with thumiamaton, filled with incense. It is plural, but we would just say filled with incense. Which, now this will be agreeing, this must agree, because it's feminine, must agree back with this phielas, which is a feminine noun. So which are the prayers of the saints. So just to quickly do that again. And when he took the book, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell before the Lamb, each having a kithara or a harp and golden vessels, golden vials, full of incense, the vials which are the prayers of the saints, the holy ones. Kai eadus in oidan kainen legontes, and they sang a new song, legontes, saying, we get our word ode, of course, from this one, oiden, and this is from Originally this was ADO, alpha epsilon iota delta omega, and then we get this slightly shortened form over time. So this is from ADO, or originally AIDO, or ADO I should say. Axios e labain, so we get this song, Axios e labain to biblion kai anoixetas fragidas artu. You are worthy, labain, aorist infinitive from lambano, to take the book, and to open, anoixe again infinitive from anoigo, its seals, hoti es phages, kai ergorases totheo into haimati su. Again, don't confuse the sphrages with the with this verb spasdo, totally different verbs, because you were slaughtered. So this is the aorist passive here from spasdo, second person. So you were slaughtered, kai agorases, and you purchased, you bought, from agorazdo, you bought for God. Again, there's variant readings here with this. It's literally, I'll just translate what's here, but you bought for God, ento haimati su, well, probably it's literally in your blood, but probably by your blood, that use of n. Ek passes fules kai glosses kai lau kai ethnus. Now, this is sort of partitive genitives, I think, here. You bought certain ones, understood, from each tribe and tongue, that means language, and people and race, ethnos, or ethnic group from race. So there's no direct object of the verb. You bought, that's why there's variant readings. Some variant readings include putting hemas, you bought us by your blood. But there's no direct object from hegoresas. So you bought for God, because you were slaughtered and you bought for God by your blood. Understand those from each tribe and tongue and people and race, kai epoiesas autus, and you made them to theo hemon basilean kai hires. You made them for God a kingdom, well, of us, literally, and priests. So you made them a kingdom of priests, or perhaps for us, to God. So it's a very odd sentence here, and hence the variant readings. So it could be, poio can mean to appoint, so it could mean you appointed them to God as our kingdom and our priests. And kai basil susi epites ges, and they will rule upon the earth. Kai edon, kai erku sophonen angelon polon koklo to thronu kai turn soion, kai turn presbyteron, kai an arithos arton muriades muriadon, kai kiliades kiliadon. I'll just do that much. And I saw, I looked perhaps, and I heard the voice of many angels. Kuklo is that dative from kuklos. It simply means, it's simply used as a pseudo preposition taking a genitive meaning around. You'll see that elsewhere in New Testament Greek. So around the throne and around the living creatures and the elders, and the number of them was myriades myriadon. Now a myriad is 10,000, so this is 10,000 of 10,000. Perhaps 10,000 times 10,000 may have been the intention here, and then we get kiliades kiliadon, and 1,000 times 1,000. This is simply used to illustrate a very large number. And again, Greek likes the polyptoton. We've got two words, they're exactly the same, they're just in different cases. Legon tes phone megale, axion esti hoanion top esphagmenon labain, ten dunamen kai Pluton, kai Sophion, kai Ustron, kai Timaein, kai Doxon, kai Eulogion. Worthy is the lamb, the one having been slaughtered. Labain, to take, tain dunamin, the power and the wealth, Pluton, and the wisdom and the strength and the honour and the glory and the blessing. Kai pan katisma ho enter uranu kai epites ges, kai hypocato tes ges, kai epites thalases, kai ta enautos panta, ecus legontas, and I'll hold that for a minute. And all katisma, we've had that before in the sense of creation here, and everything which is created, which is in the heaven and upon the earth and below the earth and upon the sea, and all the things, panta goes together, all the things in them, ekusa, from akuo, I heard legontas saying. And we get this next poetic section. To kathemeno epitothrono kai to anio, he eulogia kai hetime kai hedoxa kai to kratos es tus ionas ton ionon. To the one sitting upon the throne and to the Lamb, blessing and honour and glory and might, forever and literally unto the ages of the ages, so forever and ever. Kai ta tesseret zoe elegon, amen. And the four living creatures were saying amen. Kai hoi presbyteroi epesan, kai prosekunesan. And the elders, epesan I've had before from Pipto, is the aorist. They fell down, kai, this is from proskuneo, so we get an augment, lengthening of the epsilon. So they worshipped. So the four living creatures were saying amen, and the elders fell down and worshipped. And that is the end of chapter 5.